Oh boy, guys, so I went to do my oil change. Now, last time I got my oil change was in Mr. Lube in Kelowna. And that was my first time doing an oil change on this Mini Cooper, okay? And so he was like, it's gonna be $160. And I was like, what? Like, why? Why is it $160? So the kid that was doing my oil change, he was so young, he didn't know. He brought somebody over, a little bit older. And he's like, oh, it's $160 because it's a special oil. So it's gonna go up to 16,000 kilometers. I was like, oh, he's like, yeah. So it's like, you know, usually people do after 5,000 or 7,000, you can do double. And I was like, oh, sweet. So I wrote down the number, 89,500 kilometers was the next time I should get my oil change done. So so it's about that time now, exactly. So I went to a oil change place here in Etobicoke. And he's like, oh, it's $140. I'm like, okay, yeah, cool. And then he gives me the sticker, which is like 5,000. I'm like, wait, like this oil should be good for 16,000 kilometers. And he's like, no, you should never, no, you should never have oil. Maximum, he's like, maybe 10,000. And I'm like, he's like, you had no oil on the dripstick. Like, there was no oil. And I'm like, what are you talking about? Like, the last guy that I went to, he said it's good for 16,000 kilometers because it's like a special oil. And he's like, no, max. You shouldn't even let it go to 10,000. Oh my fucking God. Like, I am so pissed because my baby has been without oil for the last like 6,000 kilometers or 4,000. Because at the end, he did like, to clear the oil. There was no oil sign anyway, this fucking car anywhere that gave me an oil thing. And it was like 4,300 kilometers, I think, is when it came up that I need oil, which it doesn't show on this car. This Mini Coopers are weird. My poor baby has had no oil for over 4,000 kilometers. Like, how is it even working? Like, now I'm worried that now it's going to start breaking down on me because over 4,000 kilometers it didn't have any oil. I am so pissed at that guy. Like, I literally want to call them and being like, don't you ever tell this to anybody. I have no idea who I spoke to. And I didn't ask for a sticker because I don't like to have stickers on my car. What? So if you have a Mini Cooper and you're in BC or in Kelowna and some guy tells you your oil is expensive for 160 because you could go 16,000 kilometers on it, that is absolute bullshit.